Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today I'm going to be ranking all the superhero movies and shows that I've seen this year in 2022. Now, there are some exceptions of some comic book movies that I haven't seen, or haven't seen yet, like I haven't seen Morbius, Moon Knight for Disney+, League of Super Pets, and I think that's all. I think that's all, actually. But yeah, there are 9 superhero or comic book things that I've seen this year, and I'm ranking them all. So we, of course, need to start with number 9. Number 9 is not necessarily the worst. It's not the worst. I didn't put it this low because it was the worst. It was something that, because I was like, not that I'm not getting into this, but it's like, what was the point of it type of thing. And that is I Am Groot. I Am Groot, there was no point of doing it. They were some just cute little fun shorts just to throw on for your kids. But I didn't think that there was any purpose of having this series, because it's just small little, like, 1 minute short stories of Groot and what he would do just for like a day or something. They're like 1 minute or 5 minute long shorts, and I'm like, well, what's the point of this other than to entertain kids? Which the other stuff I like more. I think that number 8, She-Hulk, is leaps and bounds better than I Am Groot. I actually like this show more than other people, actually. I think that She-Hulk did a really good job of balancing comedy and drama when it came to those certain episodes. Like, yeah, sure, there were a few times when the episodes got a little too comedic, but I thought that episode 1 to even at times, I think episode 4, episode 8, and episode 9 in particularly did a great job with consistency. Of course, getting to see Daredevil again was amazing. I love seeing Charlie Cox return after Spider-Man No Way Home. That was literally just a 1 minute catch the brick. But this time we actually got to see Daredevil, Matt Murdock talking to Jennifer Walters' She-Hulk, and then them fighting each other on the rooftop and trying to defeat Leapfrog and all that. Episode 8 was one of the best episodes of that show, in my opinion. When he hopped back up in episode 9, I was like, holy crap! And getting to see Scar, Hulk's son, for the first time was really, really dope in episode 9. I can't wait for them to make the World War Hulk movie about how he got his son and stuff like that. And I love seeing Abomination back, even though I didn't really care for the Incredible Hulk movie. I really liked how Abomination was in the series, and I also really liked, even though that was for a gag, I did like seeing Hulk versing Abomination for just a small, like, 1 minute or like even 5 seconds before Jennifer Walters goes like, does this feel weird to you? And that whole Disney Plus thing of like the Disney Plus string going on and her popping around through the assembled series, I thought that that was just a great play on the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and making Kevin a robot with a little like cat. And yeah, I thought that whole series was really, really, really cool. And I really dug She-Hulk. I know a lot of people didn't, but you know. Number 7 is Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the movie. It's funny because I've written down all my rankings for the superhero movies and shows ranked my best, the best of 2020 and the worst of 2020. All those videos I've already written out at the exact same time. And Rise of the Ninja Turtles is on all of them. I really liked it because, of course, it was Ninja Turtles. I'm a huge Ninja Turtles fan. I was totally fine with them getting mystic powers in the show and stuff like that. And it was good seeing Leonardo become a leader. I will get into this more when I get into the worst of 2022 video. But I think I was more disappointed in the movie than me going like, oh my god, I loved it. Because to me, the Turtles that I love and mean a lot to me is the Michael Bay versions. But I definitely didn't hate this. I just wish it was more up there because I wish that there were some things that they've kind of done differently. Even though I did like a lot of the stuff that they did, like obviously seeing Krang in this version, seeing Casey Jones in this version, seeing an older version of the Turtles using their mystic powers and stuff was really, really cool. And yeah, so I really liked Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the movie. I just wish that it was a little further up because a lot of the other stuff I think are a little bit more leaps and bounds above Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the movie. So number 6 is Black Adam. I really dug Black Adam. I thought that The Rock did an amazing job as playing Black Adam. And I think that it was a really cool way to get Henry Cavill back in as Superman in that last post-credit scene. I thought that was really, really cool. I loved The Rock. Obviously, when he does a bad movie, I'll still enjoy his bad movie. Like, I really like Skyscraper, which is basically Die Hard. I really like Baywatch. Like, The Rock can't do no wrong. I am curious if they're going to keep Black Adam and develop more of that story arc with what they're going to do with that character, because by some of the reports that are coming out recently, I'm like, well, we might not be getting that. But I really liked Black Adam. Now, number 5, I've only seen the first... I've seen all of them. I'm just up to that last one. But I really like what I've seen, and that is Miss Marvel. I really, really liked Miss Marvel. I thought that there were some episodes I'm like, we could have probably done without. Like, you could probably do more of an interesting story with this, but I like the family dynamics. I like the way that they tell the story, and I really like how they kind of do twists and turns with the villains and stuff. I really like the whole thing of her discovering her powers, even in situations where she needs to save someone. I thought that was really cool, and I loved how Iman Vellani portrayed Miss Marvel. Like, I can't wait to see her in the Marvels, acting alongside Brie Larson. And like, even though I haven't seen the 5 episodes, I do know that she did get, I don't know, she got sucked into her power or something, and she got turned to Captain Marvel. So I'm really curious on how that ties into the Marvels when that comes out next year. Alright, so number 4 is the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special. I really dug this. Seeing James Gunn's second last Guardians project before he runs DC was really heartwarming, and making it a whole story about Mantis and Drax making Peter Quill feel better about Christmas because of what Yondu has done. I love that. I think that was one of the cool things about that special in particularly. And of course, one of my most anticipated movies of next year, which I will record, is Guardians 3. So I cannot wait for Guardians 3. And yeah, like I thought the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special was really good. The first and second time, the third time, I thought it was still real good, but a little weaker than what I thought was. But I won't be surprised if this is one that I watch up until Christmas. Because, again, I just love that special. And I think it's a really good special. Now, number 3 is The Batman. I did think it was a little slow, but I thought that movie was great. I went on my birthday with my 2 best friends, and we went, and oh my god. You guys, I think that it's better than any of the movies in the Nolan trilogy. Like, it's above Dark Knight for me. And Dark Knight's not even my number 1 Batman movie. But, like, I think the Batman, Robert Pattinson, is great. I think that he was really good as Batman. I loved Colin Farrell as the Penguin. I had issues with how they portrayed the Riddler, especially the design of the Riddler. I do think that he has some cool things about him that I never would have thought about a character like the Riddler. The same thing with Catwoman. I wish that they would have cast someone other than Zoe Kravitz. But I do like Zoe Kravitz in that role. Like, the more times I watch it. And I think that she gets better and better for me every time I watch it. And I think that is really, really cool. That she's in there doing that. And, like, yeah, I can't wait to see where Matt Reeves is going to go with his Penguin show, his Arkham Police show or whatever, his Batman 2 and Batman 3. I can't wait for his universe to get expanded, and seeing the Batman, all that universe start with the Batman was really, really dope. And I really, really loved how the Batman set up a universe without cramming it all into one movie, like something like Amazing Spider-Man 2. Even though I do love the Amazing Spider-Man 2, it does cram a lot into that movie. But number 2 for me is Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Now, this is another one of those movies where, much like Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I was disappointed by it. But I think it's a great movie. Like, just because I think it's a great movie doesn't mean that I think that there were disappointing things in it. Even though I do wish that we got that version of Multiverse of Madness where it's like, let's go into this multiverse and go into the Sam Raimi, Tobey Maguire universe, and then let's go to where the Illuminati is. Then let's go to where the original Fantastic Four is. And let's go to where Tom Cruise would be Iron Man. I think that all that stuff is coming in Secret Wars. So I think I can't wait for this. I think that this is going to be really, really cool to see. And I love Multiverse of Madness. I think that it's one of my favorite horror movies. It's also one of the best MCU movies. Heaps of, like, it's so much better to me, better than the first Doctor Strange. I really loved America Chavez. I loved Wanda. I loved seeing Professor X. Reed Richards, played by John Krasinski. I really liked seeing the live-action version of Captain Carter. I didn't really care about Black Bolt and the Ms. Marvel variant, but you know, I love seeing them in it. I thought that it was really cool to see, and I can't wait to see what Sam Raimi does next. If he continues on with Doctor Strange, like to do the third one, sign me up. Or if he goes to do something else, like he did report that he wants to do one of Batman, I'll be down to see a Sam Raimi Batman movie. And there's even a report where he was like, look, in the Marvel Universe, anything's possible. I could do a Spider-Man 4 with Tobey Maguire. Sign me up for that. Oh my god, guys, I can't wait to see what Sam Raimi does next. Whatever those three, if he ends up doing one of those three, sign me up. But of course, number one is Thor: Love and Thunder. I think that this movie is one of the most underrated comic book movies that came out this year. And I think that it's really fun. I think that there's so much humor that works for me. This movie's so quotable. I love Chris Hemsworth's performance. I love Natalie Portman in this movie. Her whole story arc of her getting the cancer stuff, and then Mjolnir kind of enhances that sickness and makes her even more sick than what she already was. And Thor going through grief and figuring out who he is, and Gorr wanting to kill the gods because he thinks that the gods are selfish and all of that. I think that that's really cool, and I think Taika Waititi directs the hell out of this movie. I think that Thor: Love and Thunder is one of the most unappreciated Marvel movies ever made, and I really want to see what they do going forward, because I heard that Taika Waititi might be coming back. I heard that Chris Hemsworth doesn't want to do that type of humor. So, like, at least with this one, there is still going to be more Thor movies, and Chris Hemsworth is still going to continue, but he just wants to change the character a bit. Like, even though I do love Ragnarok and Love and Thunder, and I love the first one, I don't know if I want the same Thor or I want a different Thor, because it ends up being like, we'll get into it with my worst of 2020 video, but it seems like another DC situation where it's like, we don't want to continue this, we want to kind of reboot it type thing. And I don't necessarily want that to happen with Thor. But I love Thor: Love and Thunder. I think it's one of the most appreciated Marvel movies ever. So guys, yes, not everything was on there, like Werewolf by Night wasn't on there, Moon Knight, Morbius, League of Super Pets. But I think that this was a pretty good list and a pretty good time run of what we had here. So guys, please hit the like button down below if you haven't already. Hit subscribe, also hit the little bell icon to get notified of future videos I make. And I'll see you guys next time. Take care. Bye.
Hey there. Subscribe to my channel. And also press this bell icon.